Stardew Valley was first made in 2016 by one man who was none other than Eric Balone. He single-handedly has brought down joys to the millions who bought the game. Today, I will raise the question, is it actually worth it? I will go through certain criteria to answer this question, following the lines of graphic design, world building, story, along with numerous other categories. Please allow us to begin. Our story begins about 1 month ago, when I decided to see what all the fuss was about, and bought the game for the Nintendo Switch. It was on the marketplace retailing for $15, which I must admit seems like a rather reasonable price for such a famously acclaimed game. Much like Hollow Knight, another hidden gem that I previously reviewed on my channel. However, before I bought the game, I did a little research on Stardew Valley and the reviews themselves. According to IGN, it received a 9.5 out of 10. But as we all know, IGN is no longer a truly reliable source for accurate news. So that is why I took it upon myself to make the most accurate review possible with my own insights on the game. The game starts with a story of a boring and mundane life, and when the main protagonist's grandfather gave a gift of epic proportions after his very convenient death, the game began. Stardew Valley has a very small introduction and really does allow for self-exploration, which I personally really enjoy. There's not really an end goal or mission that must be completed to continue. You simply go at your own pace, whatever that may be. This really allows for an experience that is tailor-made to your own desires and interests, and how you want to play the game. There are many events as well as characters that can change the structure of the game. The NPCs actually react not only to what is being said, but also what is being done. This really does add a dimension and character to the game without feeling too complicated and bloated. The story itself, while simple, is also enjoyable. It's also quite a cool aspect to be able to see relationships grow or even diminish, depending on numerous different factors. The story itself is also paced at quite well. However, I do wish there was a way to understand the bare minimum without cluelessly walking around the map. But this is the price you have to pay if you want an enjoyable open world game. The world of Stardew Valley is not the biggest of maps. Actually, it's rather small. The vast majority of the world is unlocked the second you load the game. However, different areas can be unlocked with the help from the community center. The community center is fun, but also a little repetitive and stressful. This is not to say that I don't enjoy it, more so that I wish there was a little more guidance on what the community center is in the beginning of the game, because it's not so fun to realize that a quest is impossible until next year. But all in all, it is quite a satisfying way to guide world progression, and for the most part, I support it. The world itself is bright and cheerful and kinda reminds me of Terraria, in the way the music guides the game. Different seasons have different crops, and also, as time passes, festivals begin to shine. The graphics themselves are not impressive, but what is impressive is the art style. I feel that is well suited to a farming game, and it feels very organic to the gameplay. Stardew Valley is honestly quite addicting, and it's hard to put down the controller at times. The main reason for this is because the in-game currency. Money truly is the centerpiece to a perfect farm. If you don't have money, your time playing won't be too enjoyable. And with every passing season, your knowledge of produce as well as inventory of important sprinklers rises along with your profits. It's quite fun to figure out which crops sell better and if it's a good idea to invest in more artisan produce. Money is what allows for a custom-built house and a perfectly crafted farm designed to your liking. And as you play the game more, the skill tree opens up, giving access to new crafting recipes and new talents that put you on the fast track to becoming a virtual millionaire. One of the weaker parts of the game comes with the seasons themselves and their progression. Winter, for example, winter is dull and greatly hinders the progression of the game. This can be combated with the greenhouse later in the game, but few manage to acquire it within the first year. And the spring, summer, and fall is what I would consider to be the main game, and all seamlessly mesh into each other. I do understand that this is not really an issue that can realistically be solved, but I am happy the developer had the foresight to add many different streams of revenue, such as the barn, coop, and the greenhouse. All in all, Stardew Valley is an open-world game paced by your own intuition and is heavily impacted by early game decisions that can positively or negatively impact your overall journey. Money is highly valued and is the source of progressionally impactful farm, which in turn makes it much more enjoyable and addicting way to play the game. While Stardew Valley is not perfect and has a few road bumps, I would consider it to be worth every single penny. I can't even imagine how amazing the game would be if the developer had at least a little help on the sidelines. Stardew Valley is not overrated in the slightest, and I'm beyond happy I decided to give it a chance. If you would like to see more videos such as this one, please consider liking the video and subscribing. Subscribing to the channel is completely free, and you can always subscribe at any time. As always, I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.